Welcome back, Two Valuable Coins HD coin collectors and enthusiasts. If you're here, it means you're passionate about the fascinating world of coins and collectibles, and you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a seemingly simple coin with a surprising amount of value, the 1980 United States dime. You might think a dime is just a 10-cent coin, but let me tell you, there are specific features that can make this coin worth thousands of dollars. Stick around as we uncover the key features of this coin, the errors to watch out for, and how you can spot one of these rare and valuable dimes. Let's start by talking about the key features of the 1980 dime. As many of you already know, the dime features Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, on the obverse, or front side of the coin. The portrait was designed by John R. Sinek, and you can find Liberty inscribed along the left side, with the year 1980 right below Roosevelt's image. You'll also see the phrase, "In God We Trust," and a small mint mark, if applicable, to the left of Roosevelt's image, indicating where the coin was struck. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll notice a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which represent unity, peace, and strength. This design has been a hallmark of the dime since 1946. The words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and one dime, surround the torch, completing the image. This simple, yet powerful design is part of what makes the dime so iconic. But hold on, what makes the 1980 dime so special and potentially worth thousands of dollars? Well, while the regular 1980 dimes are only worth 10 cents, there are rare errors that can turn this otherwise modest coin into a highly sought-after collector's item. One of the most important errors you'll want to look for on the 1980 dime is the double die error. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled. If you look closely at the date and the word Liberty, you may spot doubling on these features, giving the coin a shadowed or ghost-like appearance. The most noticeable areas of doubling often appear on the numerals of the year 1980 and in the lettering of Liberty. This type of error is rare and highly coveted by collectors. Next up is the off-center strike error. This is when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted to one side. The off-center strike can range from a slight shift to a much more noticeable misalignment. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, if you happen to come across a 1980 dime with a design that's shifted, it could be a rare gem that's worth more than just a few cents. Another error that might make your 1980 dime more valuable is the clipped planchet. This occurs when a portion of the coin's planchet, the blank piece of metal, is missing before it is struck by the die. This can leave the coin with a small, irregular edge, making it appear almost like a piece has been snipped off. Clipped planchets are a unique and rare error, and collectors love them because they tell the story of the minting process. A clipped 1980 dime can fetch a higher price than a regular coin in good condition. Now, you might be wondering why these errors make the 1980 dime so valuable. Well, as with most coins, rarity and condition are key factors that drive up the value. The 1980 dime is a relatively common coin, but when you find one with a minting error, that changes everything. These errors create unique and hard-to-find coins that attract serious collectors. It's the rarity of the error, along with the condition of the coin, that determines how much a 1980 dime could be worth. If you find a 1980 dime with a double die error or an off-center strike, and it's in mint condition, you're looking at a coin that could be worth far more than just 10 cents. In fact, some high-quality double die errors and off-center strikes have been known to sell for anywhere from $3,000 to $32,000, depending on the severity of the error, the overall condition of the coin, and the interest from collectors. That's right, just a simple 1980 dime could potentially be worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1980 dime. First, take a good look at the date. The double die error is most commonly seen in the 1980 part of the coin, so you'll want to inspect the numbers carefully for any signs of doubling or shadowing. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to help you see the details clearly. If you spot any ghosting or doubling in the date, you've likely found a doubled die error. Next, check for an off-center strike. Look at the edges of the coin. If part of the design is missing or if the lettering or image seems to be shifted to one side, then you might have an off-center strike on your hands. If you find one, especially with a major shift, it could increase the coin's value significantly. Finally, check the overall condition of the coin. Coins in mint state, meaning they have no visible wear and retain most of their original luster, are much more valuable than those that have been circulated and show signs of damage or heavy wear. Look for any scratches, nicks, or discoloration that might affect the value of the coin. Coins that are graded MS65 or higher typically fetch the best prices in the market. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a coin with an error or something unusual? Have you ever discovered a rare coin in your collection or spare change? Drop a comment below and share your story. Today, we're diving deep into the 1977 United States dime, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but actually has some incredible potential for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, this video will take you through the key features of the 1977 dime, what errors to look out for, and how this coin can potentially be worth thousands of dollars. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the key features of the 1977 dime. The design on the front of the coin, or obverse, features a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image was created by John R. Sinek in 1945 and has been featured on the dime ever since. On the obverse, you'll find the inscriptions, Liberty, the year 1977, and the phrase, In God We Trust, which is always present on Roosevelt dimes. On the reverse side, we see a design featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. This reverse design was also created by John R. Sinek and symbolizes unity, peace, and strength. Surrounding these symbols are the words, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. These features have remained consistent on the dime since 1946, making them instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. Now, as with any coin, the 1977 dime may seem like a standard issue, but there's more than meets the eye. Let's take a look at the errors and what to look for on this coin. One of the most significant errors that can appear on a 1977 dime is the double die error. If you take a close look at the date or the word Liberty, you may notice doubling or shadowing in the lettering or numbers. This is a result of the die being struck multiple times, which can cause the design to overlap and appear doubled. These double die errors are some of the most sought after by collectors, especially if they appear clearly on the date or lettering. Another important error to watch for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't aligned properly in the die, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. An off-center strike on a 1977 dime can be subtle or very noticeable, with the design skewed towards one side. The more severe the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins with extreme off-center strikes are rare and can fetch a higher price due to their uniqueness. Clipped planchets are another error that you may encounter with the 1977 dime. This error occurs when a part of the coin's planchet, or blank metal disc, is missing before the coin is struck. This creates a clipped edge on the coin, making it look like a piece has been cut off. A clipped planchet on a 1977 dime can be an exciting find for collectors, as it's a distinctive and unusual error that adds to the coin's charm and value. So, why exactly is the 1977 dime valuable, especially when there are so many dimes circulating from that year? The key factor here is rarity. While the standard 1977 dimes are not especially rare, the errors that we've discussed, like double die errors, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets, are what make this coin highly desirable. The rarity of these errors, along with the condition of the coin, can significantly increase its value. And when you pair these rare errors with a coin in mint condition, you're looking at a dime that could be worth far more than its face value. Another important factor in the coin's value is collector demand. As with all coins, collector interest plays a major role in determining how much a particular coin is worth. Dimes with noticeable errors, especially from years with a higher volume of circulation like 1977, are highly sought after by numismatists and coin collectors. A coin with a well-preserved error can attract competitive bidding at auctions, driving its price up substantially. Now, let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1977 dime. The first thing you'll want to do is examine the date closely. Look for any signs of doubling or shadowing in the numbers and letters of 1977. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to help you see these subtle details clearly. If you spot any doubling, you've likely found a double die error, which is a game changer in terms of value. Next, check for an off-center strike by looking at the coin's edges. If the design appears shifted or part of it is cut off, you might have an off-center strike error on your hands. The more extreme the shift, the more valuable the coin can be. Don't forget to also look for a clipped planchet. Check the edge of the coin for any irregularities. If you see a missing piece of metal or a jagged edge, you could have a clipped planchet on your hands. So, how much could a 1977 dime be worth if you find an error? Well, the value of these coins can range anywhere from $2,600 to $37,000, depending on the severity of the error, the condition of the coin, and the level of demand from collectors. If you're lucky enough to find a well-preserved, rare error coin, you could be looking at a substantial payout. Before we wrap up, I have a question for you. Have you ever found a coin with a rare error? What kind of coins do you collect, and have you ever discovered something valuable in your collection? I'd love to hear your stories, so drop a comment below and share your experiences with me. Today, we're going to dive into the 1991 United States dime, a coin that may seem ordinary at first but actually holds some secrets and potential value for collectors. So, if you're into collecting or just love discovering valuable treasures, this one's for you. Grab a seat, and let's take a closer look at this dime and what makes it stand out. First, let's talk about the key features of the 1991 dime. On the obverse, or front side, we have the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Designed by John R. Sinek, Roosevelt's image has graced the dime since 1946. The obverse also includes the inscriptions, Liberty, the year, 1991, and the phrase, In God We Trust, all of which are standard on Roosevelt dimes. The reverse, or back side, of the 1991 dime features the classic design created by John R. Sinek, showcasing a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols represent unity, peace, and strength. Surrounding them, you'll see the words, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. This reverse design has remained unchanged for decades, making the coin instantly recognizable to coin collectors everywhere. So, why is the 1991 dime something you might want to keep an eye out for? While it's a standard coin in many ways, there are some errors that can make this coin particularly valuable. Let's go over the errors and what to look for if you think you might have a rare find. The first error to look out for is the double die error, a type of die error that occurs during the minting process. A double die error happens when the coin's design is struck multiple times, causing the images on the coin to appear doubled or shifted. If you take a close look at the date or the word Liberty on a 1991 dime and notice doubling or shadowing, you could be holding a valuable coin. It's one of those classic errors that can add significant value to your collection, especially if it's clear and noticeable. Another error to watch out for is an off-center strike. This error occurs when the blank metal disc, known as a planchet, is misaligned when it's struck by the die. This results in a misplaced design, where part of the coin's image might be missing or shifted. An off-center strike can range from subtle to extreme, with some coins showing large portions of the design pushed off to the edge. If the off-center strike is severe enough, the coin can be worth a lot more than its face value. You should also keep an eye out for clipped planchets. This error happens when the metal planchet is cut improperly before being struck by the die, leading to a jagged or missing edge on the coin. A clipped planchet on a 1991 dime can make it a unique and sought-after piece, especially if the clip is noticeable and affects the design. So why is the 1991 dime valuable? especially when it seems like such a commonly circulated coin? The key lies in the rarity of the errors and the condition of the coin. While most 1991 dimes are still relatively abundant in circulation, those with significant errors, like the double die or off-center strikes, are rare. The rarity of these errors is what makes the coin valuable in the eyes of collectors. Coins with visible and well-preserved errors are hard to come by, and that increases their market demand. Additionally, collectors often look for coins in the best possible condition. A 1991 dime that is well-preserved, with sharp features and no wear, is always more valuable than one that's worn or damaged. Dimes that are graded MS-65 or higher, mint state, can be especially valuable when they have rare errors, because they stand out for their quality and visual appeal. The value of the 1991 dime can also be influenced by the collector demand. Some years, like 1991, saw higher mintage figures for dimes, which means there are more of them available. However, that doesn't mean that every single 1991 dime is equal in value. When it comes to error coins, collectors and investors will always pay top dollar for the rarity of the error and the condition of the coin. This is why, even though 1991 dimes are relatively common, the ones with noticeable errors can fetch impressive sums. So, how much could a 1991 dime be worth if you find a rare one? Well, coins with significant errors and in excellent condition can sell anywhere from $3,000 to $30,000, depending on the specific error, severity, and demand among collectors. The rarer the error, the more valuable the coin. For example, if you find a double die or severe off-center strike, you could be looking at a substantial payout for your coin. Now, here's a fun question for you. Have you ever found a coin that you thought might be worth more than its face value? Maybe you found a dime or penny with an interesting error, or perhaps you've been on the lookout for rare coins just like this one. Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing about your coin discoveries, and who knows? Maybe you've got a hidden treasure in your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins and collecting tips, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, keep an eye out for those rare finds. Happy collecting!